Live in downtown Detroit, Local 4 live stream with Jason Carr starts now.
Hey, what's going on? Good to see you here on a Friday. You made it. Heading into New Year's weekend. A weekend sure to be filled with football frenzy as Michigan takes on Florida State Friday nights. And then on Sunday, it's all about the Lions and the Pack. That's right. The NBC football bus is in town. Who knows, Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth might actually be dining at American or Lafayette later. John Steckroth, super producer.
Morning.
What's going on?
Yeah, we're doing well this morning. Got a lot of viewers, more than usual. Yeah,
Salute.
And the audio's on. I don't have anything muted, so we're everything's working.
We actually have audio today? Come on. Yeah. No. Come on. We do have video and audio of the officer in Texas caught the kid with a little tiny blunt or joint or something. It wasn't enough to cart him off to jail, but
well, it probably could have. You know, the laws are written that way. But this is he gave him the opportunity to decide whether he wanted to go to jail or to do 200 push-ups. So let's take a quick look at this video here. Nope, that's the flight. We'll get to that one later.
He is
See,
struggling
while we
with
think the police are so bad, they're not all bad. He decided he wanted to be smoking weed on the property, so instead of going to jail, this is what they making him do.
200 push-ups.
Struggling too.
I can't do 200.
Might want to think twice about smoking.
That's true. Nobody has ever smoked weed and ripped off 200 push-ups.
I'd rather be doing them push-ups than going to jail.
But this is what they used to do back in the day when you played football in high school. Coaches make you do push-ups.
He's on his knees. I mean, that, you know.
See?
Especially when you can get all.
You burn one and eat a whole bag of Doritos.
Because he could have been like these young black guys that's out here getting shot at and killed. Exactly. So he still got a chance to change his life around and get a job and go to college.
I know everything happens in slow motion.
Well, thank you, officer. I'm going to show this video to my son, so if he ever decides to do something as stupid as smoking weed on property, he'll think twice.
I mean, I can knock out 50 maybe in a row. But after that, then there's sets, and I got to maybe take a break in between them.
How many do you think you could do total?
Oh, is this a challenge?
Now, you are almost 20 years younger than me. Back when, in my younger days, I could rip off some push-ups.
In a row.
You think 50 in a row?
I think 50 is a attainable number. Yeah.
I might be able to do 40.
Okay. All right. So I got you beat.
You're also 18 years younger than me.
All right. So, anyways, this story is fantastic. I love the idea that an officer is able to kind of use some judgment and not put this kid through the whole legal system, all sorts of fines and whatever else. This is just a good way of punishing a child.
Let's hope the message gets through.
Yeah, and the next time he interacts with an officer, he's going to have that mentality.
It is the law, after all. I mean, it's one thing if you're of age and you're in a state that has it legalized. It's another thing if you're running afoul of the law. Dubai fog.
Yeah, these photos are incredible.
Norton, address the ball. Hello, ball.
So this is last night. A lot of fog rolled into the city, and a number of photographers just took to high rises to be able to take these photos.
I have one thing to say about this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you look at that? Look at all the fog.
While you're showing this, actually, let's get to the passengers on the airplane. So once the video gets rolling, then you can divert your attention to the web.
Yes. Well. Okay, so last night, this was last night. A flight was forced to return to a Minnesota airport more than an hour after takeoff. This was Delta Flight 2565, which was on its way to Los Angeles. And according to reports, a 35-year-old Blake Flessig's girlfriend tried to use the bathroom just after takeoff, which is prohibited. And that's when things started going south.
They got into a fracas, a brouhaha, a meltdown with the flight crew.
A brouhaha.
The captain got on this, a brouhaha. The captain had, ladies and gentlemen, please, this is your captain speaking. We would that you not have a brouhaha in the aisle of the plane. Anyway, it went down and looked like this. Do you have the video?
Now I do want to warn you that I think there's some explicit language in the background. I'm going to do my best to get some.
Okay, this is not the FCC.
We don't have.
We are not restricted by FCC.
But I just want to put a warning out there in case there's any,
disclaimer: there will be language, according to John Steckroth. So
it's at the end, and I'm going to do my best to cut the volume right at that spot because I did.
And if
we'll
you don't,
if not, let's not.
We're okay.
Yeah, all right.
After that build-up.
Sorry, we'll get you on that.
Hey! Get this hand back now! Now!
You're an idiot. Just let them get off the plane.
Really?
What does she say now?
Really? Well, I haven't.
When she
Expect
They attack somebody now, her boyfriend attacked somebody.
I think I'm in it. We're gonna probably. No, they're just gonna go to the bar.
No, Daddy.
Oh, keep walking.
No. You better fuck your.
You're already going to jail.
Hey, you're famous.
Why? For what? For what? Why am I?
How about that editing ability, huh? Did you hear it? Did I
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
at the right time? Or,
it sounded,
nah, I
it
don't
sounded
know.
like a Hatchimal.
Yep.
You tried, but it sounded like a Hatchimal right there for a second. Kind of unintelligible, but at the same time, it sounds like a certain something. So why? Well, she said, why am I being? Well, because you were belligerent, and this is the post 9/11 new reality that we live in now, where it's flying is no joke.
No.
I mean,
Was it
there are
ever?
rules in place now. I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns.
You know what, though? It's not about being on a flight. This is just about being in public, Maybe just keep your meltdowns at home.
Keep the meltdowns at
yeah.
home. Do you have, while we were looking at that, you found an image of Zoolander. Okay. This movie came out 2 weeks after 9/11. It was not well reviewed, but it found kind of a cult following. It was on yesterday on cable, and I was struck by how many cameos were in this movie that had something to do with 2016. Of course, Wham's "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go,"
Sure, yeah.
the passing of George Michael.
David Bowie.
David Bowie is the judge in the big model off
Yep.
at the end.
The walk-off.
Walk-off. Yeah, of course, model off. We lost him. Donald Trump makes a cameo with wife Melania at the fashion show. A cutout of Gary Shandling pops up at a certain point in the movie. There are multiple references, and really sort of the chaos, the central theme of the movie is child labor in Malaysia.
Uh-huh.
Can you think of a more 2016 sort of thing than, so those sort of real-world things are strewn throughout this movie.
We need a college student to write a paper on this.
A thesis, or
Yeah.
what Zoolander has to do,
Yeah,
15
with
years
2016.
before 2016.
That's something. Yeah, there might be something to that.
Yeah, and
Wow.
Owen Wilson,
Owen Wilson. Yeah.
wow, is Hansel.
And he's so hot right now.
Let's get along to that bridge. Shoppers in Bristol, this is over in England, have been left struggling with vertigo when crossing. Can we see it?
Yeah, this is the bridge.
There's a footbridge that connects what they call the car park or parking lot to the shopping center there. Apparently, people are taking to social media and talking about how the bridge is giving them vertigo, making them sick.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a Facebook group about this bridge. I wonder what's happening in the conference room back there.
I don't know. People are openly guffawing in the conference room right now. I have no idea. Hear them?
Yep.
They're laughing at the people who are falling sideways walking down this bridge.
It's got to be difficult to walk on. I mean, it looks flat. At least the walkway would be flat, but the rest of it's on an angle. And I couldn't find any good pictures of what it looks like from the street because I'm kind of interested. But yeah, this is in Bristol, and this was designed by structural engineering firm David Dexter Associates and architects Wilkinson Iyer, and it won some awards in 2009. But it gives people some Disney.
Let's get along to Oreo's newest flavor, chocolate-covered strawberry Oreos.
Yeah. We should probably get maybe this weekend I'll try and get my hands on some and bring them in for Monday. I know I'm usually pretty bad about it.
You were supposed to do this once, but all these things that we're going to try and going to do, push-up contests. Can you put the Oreos back up there?
Yeah.
Oreos. You were supposed to wear a shirt for 6 days straight and then try to get a date off.
There was a peppermint something that was just out that I was supposed to do too.
Yeah, we were supposed to try peppermint something in time for the holidays.
Tie a string around my finger.
These things never actually happen. What is your thought on chocolate strawberry Oreos?
I mean, I'm willing to try it. I'll try anything, but
anything?
Well, there's a few, the fews that you just got to say no to. But
you know who's a foodie?
Who?
Steve Garagiola.
Is he over there yet?
Are you wired for a third mic?
Yeah, we could always throw a third mic in there.
Where's the third mic? This is what a high-tech production we have going on here.
All right.
It's got to be there somewhere. Is it the stick or is there another lav?
I got the stick here, so we'll just do the stick, I guess.
If you can find the other end of the mic cord, have fun with that. Rat's
that
nest.
one over there? That might work.
Oh, there. We might have multiple microphones. We do. I have it right here.
Okay. Yeah. So we're set. Where is he?
Look at the live viewers as we fumble our way toward an improvised element that we did not have in the rundown. The live viewers are bailing on us by the moment. Steve Garagiola, do you have a second? For you, Jason, I've got exactly 5 seconds. We have a food question for you.
A what question?
A food question. You being a foodie and all. I have a microphone prepped for you and everything to pin on your vest.
Oh.
There he is.
I'll do my
Steve
best.
Garagiola. Gourmet chef, news anchor reporter extraordinaire, raconteur, newsroom wit.
Not so good at putting a mic on, but those other things maybe, yeah. Okay.
All right. John, can we see the...
There they are.
What make you, sir, of the chocolate strawberry Oreo flavor? Something you're game to try, or you wouldn't go near it?
No, it's un-American. It doesn't belong anywhere in this country. It's wrong, it's vile, it's disgusting, it's hateful, it's terrible.
They will stop at nothing to market food to us. Where do you think we jumped the shark with all this? Because it started with ranch Doritos.
Yeah, there are some things should just be left alone. I mean, it's an Oreo, man. You want to mess with something?
Cool Ranch Doritos are great.
Cool Ranch.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Which is
funny. Will you just stop it? What is wrong with this? Where is this country gone?
Do you have any questions for foodie Steve Garagiola? Where could somebody find your cookbook, your recipes? Where could they?
Well, the cookbook is available online, although it's pretty stupid. Amazon. I don't want to insult Amazon. Because I don't want to make it.
Oh, please.
But they have this strange policy.
Yeah.
I looked up my cookbook,
yeah,
and it said there was one available for like $408. And I called them and said,
"Is it that rare?"
I said, "That seems a little pricey for this cookbook." And they said, "Well, you know, when it's out of stock, because they only ordered like one to be able to sell, apparently.
It drives up the price.
They put this crazy they just put this crazy price on it so that people won't try to buy it because it's not available."
Well, where else can you buy the Steve Garagiola
anyway, try
cookbook?
Amazon again, because I called them and I fussed at them a little bit.
Let's try that. John, are you frantic? Can you put us back on camera? Well,
yeah.
John's back here behind us.
Or Barnes & Noble, or the publisher, BookBaby, is the easiest place to find it.
What is it?
A lot of fun. BookBaby.
BookBaby.
BookBaby.com.
So if I could try to find that right
It's got
now.
a lot of really fun recipes in it. Cake pops are great if you want a dessert for the holidays. Got a lot of good Italian stuff in there. Great sauces.
Cake pop is that was like the big trend. There's
cake
supposed to be
pop's
something trending this year, and I can't remember offhand what it is. The you know, those bowls, those like pad thai bowls or whatever they are. That was last year. I'm trying to think of what's going on this year. So there you go. Look at that.
Is it there?
Let me see if I can find it. Search. What's the title? I just do your
Just
name.
search my name. That'll show. It's the I Only Need One Cookbook. The theory behind it was everybody who likes to cook has all these cookbooks. You have like 20 cookbooks in your cabinets, and you use one recipe from each one. So since I've loved to cook over the years, I accumulated like my 30 go-to. Because when you're going to do friends or family or a business, your boss, you go right to those home run recipes. You want something you know you're going to nail, you don't experiment. So this is a cookbook of all winners, all the home runs.
Well, what is your favorite recipe in this cookbook?
Oh, my favorite. Well, cooking Italian is my favorite. So I guess.
You know, my wife's Italian, so.
No, I didn't know that. So making a real fresh homemade pasta sauce, that's one of my favorites because there's nothing like fresh. So that's good. The artichoke, spinach artichoke dip is really good. There's a couple of, there's one with jicama. You ever had jicama?
I've heard of it. I have no idea what it is.
I had never heard of jicama until I had this appetizer one time, and it's just veggies, so it's real light and fresh. It's real summertime. Jicama, it looks kind of like sort of like a cross between a potato and a radish.
It doesn't sound appetizing.
Well, no, and if you just want to eat it by itself, it's nothing. It's bland. It's not very good. But you peel it. It's really hard to peel anyway. You got to use a knife instead of a peeler. Dice it up, and then it has carrots and grilled red peppers, and it makes this really nice fresh dip that you have with non-ranch flavored chips.
John, did you find the cookbook?
I did, but I can't pull it up. Someone was playing with the settings over here, but I'm seeing it paperback for $24.31.
Well, that's closer. It's supposed to be like $21, so that's good. They brought it back down to a normal price.
I'm trying to buy.
In fact, I think I have one on my desk.
Do you really?
Want me to go get it? And I can share some.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Off goes the lavalier microphone, and Steve Garagiola is off to.
Hold that. I almost put it in there, so that would have been a bad idea.
Now here's something interesting. Cool Ranch Doritos. Now they don't have ranch dressing over in Europe, so that flavor is actually called Cool American. Yeah.
American fries.
Yeah.
Doing a heck of a job there, Brownie. So I apparently ordered this book, $9, and it is coming to my house. When I could have just got a promotional copy from Steve Garagiola, I actually became a paying customer.
Now here's something cool I found this morning. I was going through the vault, and I figured we'd start playing these, and I meant to do it at the beginning, but take a look at this. That's all I got.
That's just really just that's
it. Yeah, that's just an old opening to the show from way back when. I don't know what year it was, but
Can you try it again? I remember that try sting, that go for it.
Yeah, I love it.
I must have gave it away to somebody.
Guess what?
Steve,
I bought one.
take a look at this.
Hey, you the man.
Take a look at this that I found.
Go for it.
See?
Go for it. What you gonna do?
Wouldn't you like to see a return to those old school ad campaigns? The local talent kind of gets mashed up with the talent that's on the network fall schedule, and everybody's
kind of like
smiling.
when Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, the cartoons used to cross over. Yeah, it was really cool. And go, whoa, look at that!
Humphrey Bogart would come in and they'd say, "Hey, buddy, can you spare it?"
How did they find each other? That's neat. Yeah. Well, it was the whole notion of television used to be so personal.
It was.
And it's just, in fact, I was just reading online about the big change in Boston, where the NBC station for 100 years, they just lost the affiliation.
No kidding.
And that, I think it was Channel 7 in Boston, is now going to become an independent and show game shows and things. And NBC is not even going to be an on-air station.
In Boston? Come on.
It's going to be like 86.1 on the cable someplace. And yeah, so it's just television's getting a little weird.
I remember when they flipped affiliations in, well, now you're going to say 94 when Fox and CBS did all that, but I'm thinking back, what year was it that Toledo, the NBC and the
I forgot about that one.
CBS
I was say
flipped?
Phoenix did the same thing back in the early 90s where the stations lost their affiliation and people don't know where to go anymore. Channel 4, we're the only place left that you know where to go. Click on Detroit and Local 4. There are only 2 places left where you know where to find news.
Fritz, this is a perfect moment to bring up the Red Wings logo and talk about Sunday with Steve.
Yeah.
Because not that you would ever watch any other channel, but you put the TV on Local 4 on Sunday at 3 o'clock, and it's going to be Red Wings, Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
And then the news at 6. And then Football Night in America.
Football Night in America.
And then the game.
It's a pretty big night around, pretty big day around here. Yeah, the Centennial game is huge up in Toronto. Fun.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'll be here.
But I mean, how are you going to spend the day? I mean,
well, I'll spend the early part of the day watching the hockey game because I'll be here, and then I'll go over to Ford Field, and I suspect I'll do some live shots for our newscast, and then watch some of the game
at Ford Field.
At Ford Field.
Nice.
And then run back here and do some post-game stuff during our newscast. So it'll be a pretty hard day.
Do you have the Lions logo?
Yeah.
Steve Gargiola's official Lions pick. Lions Packers. What do you say?
You know, the logic says Green Bay is going to win. They're 3.5-point favorites. They're on a roll. They're playing all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I am a firm believer in all aspects of life, the power of positive thinking.
He is a positive guy.
I really am. There is something to karma. There is something, you know, I'm not going to get religious, but people talk about the power of prayer and the mysterious things. I don't know if it's prayer or it's just positive energy. There is positive energy, there is negative energy. If you put out positive energy, I think positive things happen. So I'm positive about it. I think they're the same way. They got to feel confident about it and go do it. Get it done.
And that positive energy is evident in Steve, in that I called out to him live during this, whatever this is, and I said, hey, Steve, you got a second? And he could have been like, nah, I'm working on this story. I've got something else going on. I'll catch up with you later. He stood right up, came right over, and look, I bought one of your cookbooks.
See what that positive energy did? It got me $3 in my commission for that book sale.
Awesome. All right, Steve Gargiola, everybody. Everybody's out there
Thank you,
uploading in digital land.
Okay.
Yes.
Invite me back again sometime.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime we can talk cooking, I'm all in, especially Italian cooking.
So let's take a quick live look right now. This is the Sinkhole in Fraser. That's where crews are working.
Sorry, I had the volume up on my phone.
That's all right. Yeah. So this is still happening. We're still waiting.
This is rich and compelling.
It's we're all patiently waiting for the house to collapse. I don't know what the plan is at this point. If they're going to just try and fix the house, or if it's too far gone. But crews are working on the road right now, and we're going to keep watching this as long as it goes. But let's take another look. Let's see what have they named this eagle yet?
Yes, the eagle has a name. Both eagles do. The parental eagle units have like, what are their names?
Liberty and Freedom.
It's something
like
that you like. You hear the name and you're like,
yeah,
of course, that's the name of the eagle. Patiently waiting for the eaglets to emerge here. Where is this now?
This is in Fort Myers, and as far as I saw yesterday, one of the eggs was just starting to crack. It was just as I was about to leave. I went ahead and hit a live stream to start on Facebook and figured I'd just let it go. And I don't know exactly what came of that, and I haven't checked in this morning to figure out where we're at.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The egg cracked, and a little beak poked out and said, and then the whole Hatchimals thing lit up the interwebs with the F-bombs and...
Could be any minute.
Wow.
But, you know, it's funny with some of these live streams where we've been watching for hours and hours just waiting for something. No, these Hatchables, I haven't actually played with one. Is it just like this? We're just waiting for hours and hours and hours, and then.
Well, in our case,
it
felt like it took all day, but it was several hours by the time the bird had pecked its way out of this really unique sort of polyurethane, sort of hard shell that was kind of malleable at the same time. I don't even know how to describe it, but brilliant invention.
Yeah.
It held my daughter and my niece, it held their attention all day waiting for this thing to pack its way out. The fact that you could kind of see its eyes shining through the egg.
When the head turns, I guess, so that the beak can peck through it.
Yes.
I mean, it reminds me of a Furby. That was something.
It was like a Furby in an egg. I mean, somebody was really thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. What does it do after that?
Well, it comes out of the shell, and it's like an infant.
Okay.
And then it turns into like a toddler, and then it grows in its smarts or its personality to reflect
so it,
the child
learns
playing
to
with
talk.
it.
Does
So,
it talk?
I think when I get home later, I'm going to ask it for stock tips.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. You know, buy Tesla. It's short for it. I don't know.
I did buy Tesla. Was very good to me. That's how I got my Apple Watch that I don't have on anymore. By the way, did you see my new watch from Christmas?
Ooh,
Santa got that for me. In the color scheme of can you zoom?
Yeah, well, let's see if I can do this. All right.
In the color scheme of the click-on logo. Let's see. Hold it up right there. You see that? Wow.
Look at that. That's about as close as I'm going to be able to get.
Okay. That is a Brian Redmond signed watch, number 468 out of 500 limited edition, based on late 60s Italian racing cars, the whole Le Mans thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got a tachometer around the
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm sure that the fact that it is do you have the logo for the 915-ish that you can call up? Our ending billboard, our opening. Do you have it? Can you show it?
That one?
Yeah. Black, red, and white.
Yeah, that's it. Those are the colors.
Black, red, and white in the click-on, and black, red, and white in the watch. In an automotive theme, last name Carr in Detroit Santa.
It works on so many levels.
Santa had to buy. Santa had to buy it for sure. Can we go back to the teen doing push-ups?
Yeah. Let's take another look at that one.
Okay, so a teen in Texas was
while
given
we
the
think
choice.
the police is so bad, they're not all bad.
She says they're
He
not all
decided
bad.
he wanted to be smoking weed on the property, so instead of going to jail, this is what they making him do. Struggling too.
Oh,
Might
you
want to think
struggling?
twice about smoking.
Let me go ahead and mute her. We already heard her. But yeah, this is out of Arlington, Texas.
Outside of a local movie theater, the teen got caught with a small amount of marijuana, and the officer elected, instead of taking him to jail, said, you know what, drop and give me 200 and we'll call it even. Lesson learned kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, the way I had read the one NBC affiliate from Arlington was that he had already thrown the weed away, and the officer could smell it, and he fessed up. He just was very respectful to the cop and said, I made this mistake, and that was part of the reason that he gave him this choice.
Where you headed off to, Coco?
City shuts down apartment complex.
Oh, yeah.
The uncle that shot, or the man that shot us.
Two of the stories on clickondetroit.com today that we talked about on the morning show, the apartment complex that's been shut down, and the 65-year-old who shot his niece. Reporter Coco is out the door with photojournalist Norm in real time just now to go follow up on both of those stories here on a Friday before New Year's weekend. One more time with the Dubai fog.
Yeah, sure. Where's that at? Here we go. It's really fascinating because you can kind of tell where some of the streets are down there.
Can you turn up the music?
Yeah.
Our music? It's always kind of there in the background, but...
I've never been to Dubai, but it looks fascinating.
I've been to Best Buy.
Best Buy, yeah. Those are still around?
Hey, they're like the big comeback story.
Well, yeah.
Best Buy and Domino's Pizza. Man, the last place I worked, I did a live interview when Domino's basically said, our pizza sucks and we need to do something about it. And they remember their campaign, they fessed up that it was like cardboard and it was terrible and whatnot. The CEO of the company came on, I did an interview with him. He brought a sample of the new pizza and it was delicious. And at that point, Domino's stock was at like $11 a share. I don't know what it's at right now, but I thought to myself that day in 2011, 6 years ago, I had a chance to invest in Domino's and I didn't do it.
Wait, what did you say it was
It was
at?
$11 a share.
It's at 161. But don't worry, it's down 0.5% today. So, you know, there's that. Wow, you'd have made a good, 160%.
$11 a share. I could have bought Domino's at in 2011. I think it was 2011.
Well, that's,
This is the look of a man who is genuinely, there is no facade here. This is the real me. There's no Jason's putting on a face or an act for TV. I am genuinely disgusted with myself for not investing in Domino's at $11 a share.
hindsight. Got to invest in hindsight.
I don't even feel like doing the show
Ooh,
anymore.
hold on, let's take a look at the bird. He's moving.
Oh,
I don't know what he's doing, but
oh, this is compelling.
yeah.
This has immediately lifted me out of my funk. That was genuine funkitude that I had missed out on Domino's. Hey, Tammy Coleman, good to see you. Doreen Linderman, well, enjoy the Dubai fog photos. Happy to bring it to you. Eileen says, beautiful pics, thank you. Nobody giving me any sort of, like, sympathy or anything about my stock miss.
Yeah.
I interviewed the CEO. I tried the pizza. It was delicious.
Was it inside information?
He was gracious and no, it was not inside of information.
Well, I mean, if you got hold of that pizza before anyone else did, I don't know.
I think it was like the reason he was on was it was like rollout day,
Yeah.
so it was not like I was getting some sort of sneak preview of the pizza.
Well, okay, I guess he whatever he was moving around, he's done now and set back. So that's all right.
One person, Sally, says, sorry about your funkitude, or she calls it funkitude.
Mm-hmm.
So after all that, the eagle just
sat back down.
Sat
That was
back
it.
down,
That
and
was- I thought maybe something was happening, but no, it doesn't look like it. So, you got to get to your show.
no, I don't. We are in best of mode today.
Oh, wow.
Wow. What, you want to end this? You want to put me out of my misery?
I just wanted to keep you on schedule.
Jason, my husband was in the same funk about Best Buy, says Roberta Kessler Brandt. What was Best Buy? How much has that gone up in 5 years? Do you have a stock chart for that one to look at? Here, I'll try to, well, race. Doing push-ups is one thing, but Best Buy stock is a whole different.
43.61 or 16. 43.16.
What was it at?
When? 5 years ago?
BBY is the symbol that we're looking at, by the way. 43.14 is what I'm looking at. Interactive charts.
Yeah, 5 years ago it was at $25.
Okay, so that's an $18 miss there.
Still, that's nothing compared.
That's
to
nothing
Domino's.
compared to
That's
Domino's at $11 a share is now at 160.
yeah. Well,
Maybe before we depress everybody, maybe we should just end this.
maybe. That's okay. Well, the next one, the next big pizza company that's going to have their comeback. I don't know. Maybe Little Caesars or I don't know.
Catherine says, I think your 5th grade teacher was my mom. Nope, I did not attend Warren Consolidated Schools, so that's sorry. I was a Plymouth Canton kid. My 5th grade teacher was Mrs. Paul.
Yeah, I had Miss McConzick, so
Did you have a crush on Mrs.
a little
Canton?
bit. Yeah, sure.
I had Mrs. Paul for 4th and 5th grade.
2 years in a row.
Yes. Sharon Paul. She was lovely. She was a very pretty lady and very sweet and very kind, very nice, and very encouraging of my young journalistic aspirations as a young author and writer and illustrator of books and whatnot. I have the song "Me and Mrs. Paul" in my head. Billy Paul. It's "Me and Mrs. Jones" by Billy Paul, but. Anyway, no use crying over spilled milk, Patricia. Maybe I should ask Steve Gergiola about that.
Spilled milk.
No, about positive attitude, about, you swing and a miss on a stock, or you pick the wrong stock, or in this case, you don't buy the stock that in your gut you know you should have bought. God, $11 up to $160. Tammy Ford drives a school bus for Plymouth Canton, 23 years now.
23 years.
Good on you.
Yeah.
I was way back before that as a Plymouth Canton kid.
Jill Stanek says she drives for Heartland schools.
Really?
All these people have the day off. They're not driving for the schools right now.
Fadia says, sorry, Jason, that's a big blow. Invest in Tesla. I did. I bought Tesla at 180. It went up to 250. I sold it. It went back down to 180, and now it's hanging around the lower 200s.
It's at 215 or something. I'm still holding on to a bunch of it. Yeah.
My boys went to Canton High School, says Fadia. Canton Chief. Don't think woulda, coulda, shoulda. Just look forward to new opportunities and take a few risks.
It's all about the risks.
What's your big play right now? Do you have one?
Not at the moment. No, I haven't been. I don't have. You got to get over the Christmas season. I got to pay all the credit cards and the bills off that just have. I threw that party and that.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. You're
once
not
I get
even
some more
30
money,
yet. You don't have
I'll
any
start
bills.
getting back into the market.
You don't have any bills.
But yeah, that's something. My big one that I made money off of was Jones Soda.
The Jones Soda Company.
Yeah.
One
day, I walked out of a store with a Jones Soda in my hand. It was the beginning of summer. I thought this company probably does pretty well. And
what year was this?
This was, I don't know, 2010.
Jarrett, come here. You got a cut in? He says after the cut in. All right, we're going to have some more impromptu Lions talk. Happy New Year's to everybody out there as well. I'm glad you're with us.
Yeah, New Year's. That's what's everyone doing. We're going to be having a big celebration down at Campus Marshes. I think this is the 7th year they've done that with the big D that drops. And
the big D that drops at Campus Marshes Park, and I believe the
drops twice
for the kids.
For the kids, yeah. Well, I was reading the press release yesterday. I couldn't figure out why it would drop twice. Yeah. So I don't know what time the first one is. I'm assuming the second one's at midnight.
The Colemans are multiplying. So we've got a husband, wife, and now kid, Cody Coleman.
The whole family's here.
The whole family's watching. By the way, sometimes we get people checking in from like Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Scotland and Canada and everywhere else. Where's everybody watching from this morning, if you're still watching us?
Where are the Colemans watching from?
Oh, they'll be happy to. I think they told us once. Is it Macomb? Where are the Coleman family? That are one of our biggest or several.
And are they all in the same house at the same moment on different computers? All
that would
watching
be
the same
interesting.
show?
Computers or phones?
Or phones? Are they in the same room together?
Joe makes a good point. Don't drive drunk. Use Uber or Lyft. Yeah. Hatchimals will drop in investment 6 hours.
That's not a bad idea, Jill. Should we short Hatchimals? Who makes Hatchimals?
Spin something? Spin. What is it? Spin Master? I think Spin Master.
Spin Master. Okay. Well, just.
I don't think they're publicly traded. No. I could be wrong. Jill is in Heartland, Tampa, Florida, says Robert. Manistee says Kirk. Bob Self watching from South Florida, just north of Fort Myers.
Hey, go check out on the Eagle.
What's the Eagle? Oh, yeah.
He's just outside of North Fort Myers, I believe.
See, Bob could be watching Wink TV, I think is one of the stations in Fort Myers, but he's watching us instead. Hazel Park is in the house. The nice thing about Hazel Park is that you're not far from Louis, right? Isn't Louis Pizza in Hazel Park?
I've never been. Louis.
You've never been to Louis?
No, I don't think so. Did we feature him on Pizza Month?
I'm sure we did.
I remember that one.
I had sort of a going away party, not really a party, but like a going away lunch with coworkers in 2016 at Louis. Renee says Memphis, Michigan. Bernice wants me to invest in local companies.
Now, Spin Master, I believe, is publicly traded. It looks like it might be a Canadian company, though.
Fadia, you interviewed me once for Halloween at Halloween USA in Canton. I was dressed as Cleopatra. Wow. Palm Beach checking in. What's with all the snowbirds?
We got a lot of people in Florida.
How many people are, my own parents.
It's the holiday.
Are down in Pensacola, retired. They watch from time to time. Harrison Township's here. Richard just name dropped Louis. So you've never been?
No.
Maybe we should plot an investigation. Fran says she watches us when visiting Mom in Roseville. Roseville's got that cool record store.
Yeah?
Yeah, on Gratiot.
Yeah?
I can't think of the name of it. Not Musical Memories.
So I got my niece. She's about 10 years old. I got her a record player for Christmas.
A turntable?
Yeah, a turntable. And I got Dave Brubeck Quartet. Like the
Take
good,
Five?
Yeah, the good album with Take Five on it. And I
I
got Simon and Garfunkel album and Michael Jackson's Thriller. So
Those are three solid picks
yeah.
right there.
And now, I get every time I go over there, I get to bring over another album. So it's starting her musical education.
Well, that's cool. And the nice thing about albums is if you're not a snob about the quality of the vinyl, you can start building a nice music collection or appreciation of music on the cheap.
Yeah. Well, and I went to Dearborn Music to look at albums, and it's incredible. Yeah, they have more albums there than I think they do CDs.
Where's that?
At Dearborn Music.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, when I was a kid, I remember going to, what was it called? It wasn't Tower, it wasn't Sam Goody. What was the name of the place? Peaches. Peaches. Anybody else remember Peaches? It was like a record or an album store. I don't remember where it was located, but you'd be going through the album bins and it'd be like Blondie, the Cars, AC/DC, Village People, Donna Summer. I mean, it was that whole weird new wave rock, disco, pop, easy listening, Christopher Cross type stuff, yacht rock.
I mean, it looks like they're still around. Not
Peaches?
Here. It looks like there's one in New Orleans that's still open.
Melodies and Memories on Gratiot and Roseville.
Oh, yeah.
What? Did you find
It's,
Peaches?
yeah.
Can you put it up live?
I can't. Someone played with my settings.
Oh
and
man,
I don't know.
Why is this turning into almost a daily thing where somebody's monkeying with the
Because
settings?
they do live streams the rest of the day, and instead of me signing out of this system and letting someone else, they just play with ours, and yeah, now it's not. But this is still a
Roberta
real
says, yep, Schaefer Road in Dearborn. I guess that would have been Peaches.
Okay.
And the Peaches crates, the album crates.
Yeah,
East
no,
Side
that's what I'm
Groesbeck.
seeing here on the. Well,
Excuse me.
Nah, I don't know if I can pull it up, but yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like in some sort of rip in the space-time continuum, it was like Peaches and Herb in
Okay.
Peaches. Nah, I'm getting texts. Well, I know who's not watching the show. Oh.
Now, Tammy Coleman's asking what your plans are for New Year's. What are you doing?
Oh, I can't divulge that.
Yeah, got a couple parties going on.
I have my own ascot and smoking jacket to don. No, we're having people. It's going to be fun. It'll be
Okay.
fun. So where do we? Chris, photog editor, journalist for Live in the D, Chris Dokamp, was just telling me that there's some place downtown that has. He goes, "You like Rubens?" It was one of those things where it's just out of the blue. I'm like, who doesn't love Rubens? And, corned beef, pastrami, turkey, whatever. He's like, I discovered a place downtown, meaning downtown Detroit, that has a cod Reuben.
Cod Reuben.
A cod Reuben. And he said he was just kind of in the mood for fish, and he thought, all right, I'll give it a go. And now he has, like, you know how you can have food daydreams or cravings, and like, oh, I got to go get a... He's now talking about this cod Reuben as something that's worth the trip.
Where is it?
He told me it's like something Roadhouse or it started with an H. It's too bad he's upstairs right now in the Live in the D office. There's no way for us to call up there to. Anybody know about the cod Reuben at a restaurant downtown? Dave, you know?
Izzy's? I don't know what Izzy's
No.
is. I don't know what.
Eat a Peach, Allman Brothers. I love the Allman Brothers.
No,
Fine.
I'm not seeing it.
No
I
luck?
don't know.
Oh, we'll have to check that. We'll have to go to Louis. We got all kinds
Duggan's Irish Pub? Could that be it?
No.
No. Okay. Then I
But
don't know.
yeah, we do have some food investigations to carry out that we'll have to take a camera along for. and then we'll put them on the show.
Yeah.
Can we check Eagle Cam one last time?
There he is.
Oh.
Just
Oh, okay. I thought I saw an egg, and no. Okay,
now maybe we ought to get a microphone set up there and give him some IFB, and we could ask questions. Maybe we'll set that up for Monday.
All right. I thought we were going to have a little more Lions talk, but it appears that is not going to be the case. So let's go ahead and wrap it up.
All right. Stay classy, Detroit.